Nice to have you.
Nice to be here.
Hi. So Kemba, why don't you share your experience when you just started coming to church? How long have you been coming to New Hope?
I've only been coming for about 2 years, and originally I came because Kaylan was coming already. One of her friends had invited her here to come, and I wanted to come and check it out and make sure she wasn't going anyplace crazy. So once I came, if I remember correctly, I think Pastor Van was speaking that day, and from the minute I walked in, somebody on the welcoming committee gave me a hug, which I love, and the longer I was in the building, the more love I felt. And by the time Pastor Van finished preaching that day, and by the time we had wrapped up the whole service, I figured, oh, I think I'm stuck. I think I'm gonna have to stay, because at that time I was on a church break. I had stopped going to my previous church because I was looking for more, and I wasn't getting more. And after that day, I knew I would get more here. So I ended up coming and staying. It's all her fault.
Lord, use Kaylan. So Kaylan, what do you love about New Hope? Can you mention?
I love all the pastors and how they all have their own like personalities and characters. Like Uncle Bam, he's the loud pastor. Pastor James is the long pastor. He elongates everything. Uncle Roy is, you know, he keeps us going, trying to figure out what he's saying. Pastor Lisa, you know, she's always happy up there. And then Helen, when she speaks, she gets like intense and emotional. And then Pastor Ken just starts dancing on stage and making jokes about everyone's culture. That's what I like the best. It's all the different pastors.
So Kaylan, speaking Kemba, how has New Hope impacted your life and your family?
I guess I'll say it this way: as a stepmom to 2 kids, and then I have, you know, our extra crazy one that actually came from me. You know, as a stepmom, you have to deal with that issue of wondering if you're doing a good job raising your stepkids, and if you're doing enough, because you can't take over the place of someone's mother, but you have to be just as good. And for me, even though I haven't told her this, this is something that I wouldn't give away for the world, because it's something that, as a step relationship, we can share it together. And we didn't have a whole lot of things that we could share together, but here, being at New Hope, we're actually growing together. We're actually looking up stuff in the Bible together at home, answering questions, doing things. And I feel like it's given me a chance at a time when most teenagers, even though she's a totally different kind of kid, and most teenagers are growing away from everybody. And I feel like for me and her, we get to grow together and go forward together.
I know Kaylan had an amazing time at youth camp this summer. I wanted her to share how life-changing that was, because I know you guys just what you got out of the camp.
Camp was so awesome. I think every youth should go to it every year until they're not youth anymore. And it gives us a chance as teenagers. Like when we're here, yeah, sometimes we can feel awkward because there's so many adults. But at the camp, like you feel so like liberated and free because it's other people that are your age, you know, and we connect better with each other, even though, you know, we might not always be able to give each other the best advice, but we understand each other, and then, you know, God's presence is there, and so like He helps us encourage each other and support each other. And camp was so awesome. Like I've never done, like it's like so fun, and then we have so much fun doing stuff like with Jesus, like devotions, like worshiping twice a day. Like it was so much fun, and I loved it.
And for those of you who don't know Kaylan well, she's a very gifted musician. What are the different instruments you play, Kaylan?
I don't know how to play anything. I play the guitar, bass guitar, and the drums.
Alright, she plays the drums, and we're going to hear everything, right?
Yeah.
Alright, she plays the drums, guitar. She goes to Las Vegas Academy. And so she's very gifted, and we're so blessed to have the family here and sharing. And so, Kemba, can you encourage those? Because I know since you've been serving on the announcements team and you're overseeing announcements. Can you share about that and just encourage those here that may not have found their place in serving New Hope, encourage how that has helped you?
I will say this. When I first came, I really had no intention of doing anything. I wanted to sit in the back corner and just listen. And one day, I don't remember what prompted you to do it, but you asked me to join the announcements ministry. And at first I was like, really, Lord? Really? Really? But it turned out to be such a blessing for me because it's something that I'm used to doing. It's what I do for a living. I thought it was going to be easy. But the challenge of it is what's making me grow. And I would encourage anybody who's not serving on a ministry at all to try one. Try something, because you never know what kind of growth you're going to get, what God is going to use you for in that avenue. If you try one and it's not what is right for you, try another one, but find a place to serve, because it really does change something in you, and it allows you to give back some of what God has given you. So,
and can you give a hand to Kemba? Amazing, right? So, I'm going to be moving on this side here, and I'm going to be calling up my two sons, Lucas and Landon, so you get to meet them.